back to my channel, Jamie Fran Colors. I am Jamie and today is a chat and color type of video where I'm going to color a picture in a coloring book. We'll talk about life, different things, and I will have everything I use printed on the screen so you can color along with me, or you can look in the description box below to find links to anything that I use as well as a list of the colors I use. So, but we have a problem with today's video. As you can see, I have no coloring book page because I have no idea what to color, and I know this happens to everybody. You know, we could buy books, we do, and then we kind of get lost in them and we don't know what to color. So, have an app on my phone that I've put my coloring books into, which that just looked like a mess, my goodness. And then we're going to push go and see if it will pick us a good book to color out of. Let's hope it's not one that I can't color out of. Second Tail. So that is, I hope it's a good one. Okay, that it would be our, oh sorry about that, Eerie coloring book, Romantic Country, The Second Tail. So we can color out of this one. I have colored out of the first book. Let's see, this one. There are 3 of these in print, and I've colored this one a few. Let me show you. So there's that one, then these 2. That's all, but I have not colored a picture in this book yet, so that will be great. Okay. Okay, so we need to pick a page in here. In the back of each of these books is a little thumbnail of each picture in the book. So let's see if we can pick something. For me today, it's July 5th. We just had the 4th of July, Independence Day yesterday. So it's nice and summery. But I also know that a lot of colorists are doing Christmas in July. I don't know how I feel about that. I think if you enjoy Christmas, you enjoy coloring Christmas, then you should be able to color Christmas all year long. I don't know. I've never been gung-ho Christmas fan, so we might do one Christmas one, but I'm not going to do a whole month of Christmas. I'll do that in December. So it looks like there is one Christmas page. It's a double page spread. I don't know that I want to do that. So don't think we will do Christmas today. But I did see, that would be cute, Ambrose 3 Departs. Uncle Willy's Barn, that might be cute. Mushroom Houses, that might be cute. Okay, so let me pick a picture and then we will get started. Hang on. Okay, I've picked a page. This is Uncle Willy's Barn, and we're just going to do this side. So, these books are kind of about this duck. He kind of wanders around this town, and you see different things in this town. And so I tend to color a lot of people, and so this will be nice to color something else, not people. So we have a beautiful door and a fence and some flower pots, and we have some farm gardening tools, and the roof and the brick, some stonework. Here as he comes down the path, And this ground cover looks a little different than this ground cover. So I'll have to figure out what we want to do there. So I think this will be a good page. I like these books because I seem to be able to be a little bit messy with my colors, and they always seem to turn out. So I like that about these books, is there's not too much fear. So let's get started. Let's start with these flower boxes. Okay, so I'm going to take Seashell Pink and I'm going to just lay that down on those flower boxes. Okay. I said earlier that it's the 5th of July today for me, so we go to my parents' house for the 4th of July, and they're just about an hour and a half away from us. They're not too far. We get together quite often. But they live in a smaller town than we do, and I think that's fun for the 4th of July to take the kids to the park breakfast, and the town they live in do their fireworks on the 3rd, and then the bigger town right next to their town does their fireworks on the 4th. And so it's good for our family because my husband works on the 5th, and so we can't stay up and stay out late on the 4th, and so we took him up on the 3rd and did fireworks on the 3rd, and then breakfast and parade, and that was fun. So this is Tuscan Red. I'm going to kind of put in the shadows. So, and my autistic son, he doesn't care for crowds. But he's gotten really good where he doesn't scream or make too much of a fuss. We kind of got that under control, so that's good. So this is Tuscan Red. Makes it to where we're getting to where we can go and do a few things, which is nice, because for a while there I felt very trapped, like it was just too hard to go do anything, and that's hard. So I'm starting to feel like we can do some stuff, and it's okay. So that is nice. He'll be 7 in September, so that's him in the background if you can hear him. He's a little few hash marks there. Okay, that brick, maybe just down the sides a little bit. Okay, then let's go with our terracotta, and we'll blend out from the Tuscan Red, so just blend it out. No pressure, just soft, easy circles. Okay, and this one. I Right now, I'm struggling a little bit with my 3-year-old. He has a tendency of screaming and biting and hitting. And I'm kind of waiting. You know, we get after him all the time. It's like a constant battle of him getting in trouble for this kind of behavior. And, you know, we just try everything and nothing seems to work. And we're just always fighting him on this kind of behavior and getting after him for it. And I'm kind of waiting to see if when he gets into school and he's around kids more his age, because his brothers are both 3 years older than him. So if he gets around kids his own age and he's not always trying to keep up, or hopefully some of that behavior will dissipate. I'm hoping. Not, I might have to look into some other things. He was, we adopted him from foster care. He came to our family when he was 10 months old. But he had, he was exposed to opioids and heroin in utero, which just means that his biological mom was using those substances while she was pregnant with him. And that can cause some problems. It can cause some brain damage. It can cause other issues. He's very smart, so I haven't seen anything that way. He's very intelligent, but he can have issues, and that could be some of why he's struggling with some anger. And also ADHD is very common in these type of children. So I don't know, which my autistic son has ADHD, but it can look different in different kids. So I don't know. I'm just kind of holding on and waiting to see how he does. This is henna, now that I'm using now. 1031, and I'm just trying to blend those colors together. I'm still leaving a little bit of a highlight there on the one side. So, I don't know. Kids don't come with instruction manuals, you know? And then you have the secondary issue of they're not biologically mine, which I love them, adore them. They are my children. I don't think of them any other way. They are my kids, but I don't know their family history. So I don't know what things run in their family. Diabetes, high blood pressures, heart disease. I don't know for them like I know for my other son. So it just adds another layer. I don't know. I'm hoping for when he turns 4 will be a magical number and some of these things will work themselves out. Oh goodness. Okay, I'm going to go back in with that seashell pink and blend out. I'm going to add a little more pressure this time. Blend a little more. Fill in that highlighted area with this. This little 3-year-old of mine, I love him to death. He's so funny. You know, even though he has these aggressive issues and anger issues, he's so funny. And he's so smart. He comes up with such clever things by himself. Like, I made this, posted it on Instagram. I made this little area for our entryway into our house where they can put their shoes and jackets. And because we don't have a coat closet in our house, so it just drives me crazy. Because when people come over, they don't know what to do with their stuff. Anyway, so I tried to like make our entryway more friendly in that department. Anyway, so my parents are over at our house, and my little 3-year-old like gets their attention, and he says to them, can I show you our new shoe case? I want to show you our new shoe case. And I was like, what? So he had come up with it all by himself. Nobody else had called it a shoe case, but we have a bookcase where we put our books, and it has shelves and cubbies like this that I made for our shoes. And so he had just transferred it over that this must be a shoe case, because books you put a book on, shoe case you put shoes on. So it is our shoe case. So he's very smart. Some logical thinking skills there for a 3-year-old, which is great. Okay, just smoothing everything out with that seashell pink like that. Alright, so that's that. Now on to something else. Okay, so there's all these flower boxes back here that are stacked up. There's there and then here. So I would go ahead and do those with the same colors that I did these. So that's what I would do. I think let's move on to these stones. So we have these stones here, and then we have some stepping stones here. Okay, so let's look at those. I'm going to put 10% warm gray down as a first layer. Okay. Then let's take 90% warm gray and let's put some dark shadows in. So not much to work with up here on the top one, so we'll just put a couple dots. And then as they come down, we'll add a little more detail. This underneath part. Okay, let's put a little of this on the sides here. Okay. All right, then let's go to, let's grab some, is this color I want? Sure. Okay, let's grab Sepia, 948. This is like a dark neutral brown color. And we're just gonna add a little bit on each stone. I don't know what it is about this book, but the paper or the way it blends or just the way she illustrates, something about it allows me to color a little bit messy almost and have it all turn out okay. So I'm just kind of scribbling some of this brown. I'm not pressing hard, just a light, but I'm not being very particular about where or how I'm adding it, except that it needs to be light touch. Okay, so that. All right, I'll do that for a minute. And then let's go to 50% warm and just kind of work it in there a little bit. I'm not being too particular. I am putting it, oh, that's my husband calling. Okay, so I've zoomed in a little bit so you can see a little bit more. This is about 50% warm gray. And I really am just like lightly scribbling it on here. Just lightly scribbling it on. Can leave some highlight areas. So I'm going to leave that up there. You can't see. Let's see. Just lightly scribbling. Alright, so that was the 50%. Then let's go to the 30%, and we're just going to kind of blend, I don't know, kind of blend, kind of scribble, lay down this color on top of the last one, still keep those highlights, but maybe go into them a little bit. Take it, feather it out from the darkest areas that you have on your rock, your stones. Make sure you go over what we've already done. Feather lightly into those lighter areas. I have a tutorial on stones, on rocks. You can look it up if you'd like. They come in all shapes, sizes, colors, color variations. They can be smooth as glass and as rough as rocks. So, I don't know, I'm just not very careful when I do rocks. Kind of let them happen however they're gonna happen. Okay, thinking that maybe we need a little sunshine on our rocks. So I'm gonna grab, what color should I grab? Let's grab sand, which is just a light earthy yellow color. And we're just gonna put that in that highlight area. Just add a little bit of warmth to that highlight. I'm not pressing, I'm not blending, I am really lightly scribbling this color in there. Okay, so I've added that sand into the rock just to give it a little lightness, brightness, some sunshine. Then we're going to take the 10% warm gray and we're just going to kind of lightly blend things out. Not too much, they're rocks and you can have a little texture to them, but just a little bit. Don't press too hard in where you put that yellow, you don't want to cover it up. Just kind of want to blend into it. Okay. So there's those stones. I like the way they turned out. I like that a lot. So I think we're gonna leave them alone for now. All right, let's do this wood fence. So I like to pick colors that I've already used and incorporate them in other areas of a picture. So these are the pencils that we have used so far. So I think for this fence, it needs to be a wood fence. Trying to decide if that's the right decision. Yeah, it should be a wood fence. Okay. So I think let's take this sepia that we've used before, and we might want this sand for some highlight colors, and we might want, do we want to add a little bit of red? Let's pull that terracotta just to have an option of a little bit of a red hue. And then let's pull some other browns that we can put with this. I think maybe chestnut would be pretty. That would kind of go with that terracotta. And then let's grab chocolate as well. Okay, I've got a couple of these I need to sharpen. Okay, so let's try taking that sand and let's color this fence. So just a light layer. Okay, let's do that much of the fence. Okay, so let's take our sepia, which is going to be our darkest color, and let's put it in some shadows. Here, this piece of the fence is behind. And then this piece is behind. And then we have behind these straps. Okay. All right, then let's take that chocolate and we're gonna take that chocolate right over the top of the artist's lines there. She has those lines. Go right over the top of them. We make them a little thicker. Okay, I think that's all the lines. Trying to decide if we want to add this or not. Alright, let's go ahead. Let's take the terracotta. We're going to go right over those chocolate lines and just blend them out a little bit. I'm not using any pressure, holding my pencil pretty far back, just lightly going over that chocolate lines, blending it out a little bit, feathering it out a little bit. Okay. Then let's take chestnut and go right over again, this time feathering out a little bit further. Over the top of the terracotta and the chocolate. Still not adding any pressure. My goodness. Phone keeps going off. Okay. That did a little filling in. Then let's take a lighter color. Let's take light umber and feather that out a little bit more. We're just going over the top of everything we've already done. And then past it a little bit. Try to blend into those shadows a little bit on this with this color. So go over those shadows and over your lines. This is kind of helping to bring them together. So I'm getting in those shadow areas and then in those lines, and then I want to do the bottom part of this fence rail, so right across the bottom there. See that? Alright, and into that shadow, those lines. Okay. All right, then let's go in with that sand. We're going to press a little bit this time and pull some of those browns into those highlighted areas, as well as lay down some more of this sand color. Okay, let me pull out so you can see that. There we go. So that's what we're looking like. So you just do the rest of the fence just like we did this part. I like how that turned out. I think that's really pretty. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's do some of these trees. Let's go ahead and take that sand again and let's lay down a coat of that sand. Okay, then let's pick some greens. Let's start with our dark green. I'm gonna put some dark color in here, kind of on these hashes that she's given us. Maybe in close to the trunk. And then this middle tree is kind of behind, so let's get him. And those hashes underneath. I am not being clean about this at all. I hope you can see how messy I'm being, how in particular. Okay. Then let's take kelp green and just kind of go out from there. On those branches. Scribble, scribble, scribble. Okay, then let's get chartreuse. This will kind of brighten it up a little bit. Over this tree in the middle. Okay, I'm going to take that kelp green and I'm going to come along the bottom of this tree, I think. Kind of help fill in some of that. Okay. Then back to that chartreuse and go over what I just put down with that kelp. I hope you can see how messy I am being. Just okay, then let's take yellow chartreuse. And we're just going to kind of work into that, into a few of those highlighted areas that we've left, but not all the way yet. Okay. Good. And then back to that sand. And that's what we want to put in those highlights. There we go. There. Let's take the sepia and just fill in a little bit of those tree branches. Okay. Nothing too exciting. I know. Something about this paper or her illustrations, it just give me the freedom to be a little messy. And it all comes together. Okay, looking good. I think I'm gonna finish this fence and finish the terracotta flowering pots, and then we will talk, see what else we need to do on this picture. So I will be back in a few minutes. Okay, here it is with the fence and the flower pots done. So far, I'm liking it a lot. I think that we should add in some of this vegetation using the colors we used on the trees. So let's lay down some yellow chartreuse on these leaves. Let's zoom in so you can see. Good. Okay. These flowers and these flowers look the same, so they'd have the same kind of leaves. Okay, then let's add the dark green and get up here, close to the flowers, anywhere anything's touching. Okay, then let's grab apple green, which is a new color. We haven't used this one yet. And let's blend out that dark green a little bit. So we're going right over the top of the dark green and then feathering out a little bit further. Okay, then let's go back to that yellow chartreuse and blend it out the rest of the way. So adding a little bit of pressure and just going over everything, all the green we already colored. Okay, then let's go to these leaves on these flowers. This time we're going to take the chartreuse rather than the yellow. Take the regular chartreuse and lay down a layer. Okay. Then we're going to take dark dark green. Okay, then let's get another color, spring green. I think, where is it? Oh, grass green. It's called grass green. We're gonna blend it in there. Okay. Then we're going to take apple green, go over the top of everything, and a little further, just blend it out a little bit. Okay, then go to that chartreuse and just finish blending it out. Okay, I think we need just a little bit more darkness. I'm going to take some sepia. I'm going to just add it right at the back of these. Okay, here it is looking. We still have we've got something drying up here that's vegetation, and here, and we have the wreath. So let's go ahead and add some color to the wreath and to this. Let's take our yellow chartreuse. Okay, and then let's take the kelp green, put it in there at the bottom of each leaf. All right, and then let's take some apple green, very lightly at the top. Okay, and then that yellow chartreuse again over the top. It's like a yellow chartreuse sandwich. Okay. Then let's come over on this one and let's make it with the chartreuse. Okay, then let's go with that kelp green and put it in there. And let's take that chartreuse again, so we're just using 2 colors on this leaf. We'll just blend them together. Okay. All right, I am liking the way this is going. Okay, we have a whole bunch of wood handles. So this pitchfork wood handle and this broom wood handle. This is a shovel, it has a wood handle. And then this broom over here also has a wood handle. So let's do them. Whoops, other way. Okay, so I want these wood handles to be a little bit lighter in color. Okay, so I'm going to use the sand that we've used before, and let's put it on there. Alright, then let's take sepia and put it just in the shadows. Okay. Okay, just a little bit under that middle. Okay, then let's take sandbar brown. Let me sharpen it. Okay, sandbar brown. And we're gonna put some lines in here. We're just gonna kind of put some lines. Okay. Same over on this one, just put some lines. Can't really see that one very well. Darken them up a little bit. Okay. All right, then let's take our sepia again and let's just put a little bit under this middle. Okay. Maybe down this side a little bit. Okay. Then we're going to take yellow ochre. And go over the lines we just made. Blend them out a little bit. Just like we did with the wood fence. It's just this time we created our own lines. Okay, then we're going to take that sand and just kind of blend it together. It's going to give us kind of a light yellowish wood, like a pine. It's very light and yellowish. Okay. Okay, let's do some of the metal in this picture. So we've got the doorknob and watering can, another watering can, a pail, pitchfork, and the shovel. So that's a lot of metal. So I'll do one or two and then you can do the rest. So let's zoom in. Okay, let's do this shovel. So let's take 10% cool gray this time, and let's put that as our base for our metal. Okay, and then let's do this pail. Okay. All right, let's take our darkest color, which is going to be 90% cool gray, and let's put it in some shadows. So right there on our handles, maybe across the inside of our barrel, and then maybe in this corner of our barrel. Okay, here we're going to have some on the handle, right here. Let's go down this side, and then our head of our shovel, he's behind this fence, so we're going to add some there. Around the wood there. Okay. Then let's take 50% and start blending that out. So go right over the 90% and then out a little bit. Do right there at the top of there, and then let's do along right there and the top right there. Okay, and let's come up to this pail or bucket. We'll put some there. Some there. Let's go along the rest of the bottom and up this side. And we're going to go up this side as well. Okay. Then we're going to get our 30% cool gray, and we're going to go over what we've already done and then just feather it out even more. Okay, and let's come down on the shovel. Okay. Okay, and then before we blend everything together, let's take a little of the non-photo blue and just add that in a few places. Just kind of scribble it on there in a few spots. It'll just kind of help give it a little bit of a reflective quality. Just kind of Okay, then go back to your 10% and blend everything out. So you're going over everything, giving a little bit of pressure this time. I like to kind of go in the dark areas first and then work my way into the lighter areas. It just helps it blend. Okay. Okay, I think we need a little bit of light reflectant off of those. So I'm going to grab our sand yellow that we've been using on everything and just work it in there a little bit. Kind of keep it to the right side of the objects. Okay. Now we do have that extra line on our bucket, so let's go ahead and add, this is the 90%. And then our 30%. I'll blend that out. And then let's go with the non-photo blue and just put a little color in that stripe. And then a little yellow just on the top right there. And blend it all together with your 10%. Then you're just going to use those colors and do the rest of the metal. Okay. Okay, we got all the metal done, and now let's finish up some of these tools, and then I think we'll save the rest for next week, but let's get some of this. So let's do the brooms and the wicker basket and the boots and this dried vegetation here, and then we'll see where we're at. Okay, let's zoom in again. I think it's looking very nice. Okay, so we're gonna stick with a lot of the colors we've already used. So let's grab sand and get it on these brooms. Okay, and over here, these are like two different types of straw brooms. Okay. Alright, then let's grab the yellow ochre and let's put some of that in. So we're just going to kind of do like we do with hair, kind of flick it in. Okay. Over here and do the same thing. Just kind of like that, just Look it in. Okay, then let's pull a new color. Let's pull goldenrod. And let's flick that in. Into some of these shadows. Okay. Put it over here as well. Okay, then let's grab light umber to really get in those shadow areas. Okay. Good. Over here as well. Okay, liking that. Let's go back to our sand and just blend them out. Okay, those look good. I like that. And let's go to this wicker basket. We're going to use a lot of the same colors. So let's start with sand. Okay, that looks good. Then let's go to sepia and put that in the shadows. Okay, let's put it right along this edge, and then into these handles. And let's do on the inside edge there as well. Okay. Looking good. Alright, then let's grab light umber and go over all of that sepia and then feather it out a little bit. This will just kind of okay. Nicely done. Let's get a little in this center. Okay. Okay, then let's grab yellow ochre. Blend it out a little more. A little onto this, on the handles, and around the outer rim a little bit. Okay, then let's grab the sand, and we'll just kind of blend it all out. Okay, love it, love it. So that's that wicker basket. Awesome. Okay, let's look at these boots. They're hanging out on this fence. I think we're gonna grab, oh, this is gonna be a little fun. Okay, so let's get this seashell pink. We'll kind of put it in here. Just kind of throwing it on there, scribbling it in a little bit. Okay. Then let's grab sand and throw it in there a little bit, a few spots. Keep the sand a little closer to the right hand side. Okay, then let's take sepia. We'll kind of put it in some dark areas. Have that crease there. Okay, got a little dirt on the bottom of his shoes here. Looking good. Then let's take 30% warm gray. And we're going to blend out that sepia a little bit. These shoes have been used and abused. They've been hanging out in the garden, tromping around, doing irrigation water. They've seen a little action here. Okay, then let's take the 10% warm and kind of blend it out. grab that sand, just add a little yellow back in there in those highlight areas that we had before. Okay, we have this shelf back here. So let's grab some light umber. We're going to put in this shelf. Scribble some color on there. Okay. Then let's grab some sepia and put in the dark shadows. Be behind this boot. Right along the bottom of this shelf. On the leg of the shelf. Okay. All right, let's take some chocolate. Oh, we missed a spot. Let's go back to that sepia. There. Okay, then let's take some chocolate. Go over the top of the sepia. Blend it out a little bit. Row it in here. Okay. All right, let's grab some chestnut. Do the same thing over the top of the previous colors and just blend it out a little bit. Let's throw some of that sand in on this side. Maybe on the tops of those. Okay, and then let's grab the light umber and blend out the rest of it. Okay, that gives us the shelf. And then let's move to this vegetation here. So we have our green colors. There is a little like sprig or leaf or something there. So let's grab the chartreuse and put that in there. And then let's take some apple green. Blend it out a little bit. And then take that chartreuse again. Blend that out. Okay, let's take Tuscan red and we're just going to put it on the left side of each of these berries, which is like a dot of color. Not much. Okay, let's grab the seashell pink that we've used before. And we're going to blend out that Tuscan red on each of those berries. Okay. Pretty, pretty. All right. Let's see, anything else we want to do before we call it a night? Let's add a little color to these ties on the fence. We're going to start with light umber and put that kind of in the shadow of the crisscross. Okay, and then let's take yellow ochre and blend that out. Let's take the yellow ochre and we'll put it on the edges of each of these, maybe down the one side. Okay, then we're going to take our trusty sand color and blend that out. Alright, they're not too shabby. Okay, well I think that that's what we're going to call tonight. We've done a lot of the little detail work today. And then next week we're going to finish this picture. So that's kind of where we're at tonight. And then I will see you guys next time. I hope you find time to color and relax and enjoy yourself. And yes, like, subscribe, share, whatever you want to do. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.